shine the stage, please. Soul shine the stage. Ezekiel, are you here?
Yes.
We are live this morning. Are we live, guys? Nico, are we live? We are live. Good morning. Eric, go ahead, please. Oh, okay. My voice is gone.
Good morning, Unity!
Wow.
It's one of those days.
Good. That's good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't even know if we need to do that a second time, but what the hell? Let's do it. Good morning, Unity. We are here and we are live and it feels good. And I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some chants to do. We should probably actually get started on that. So, yeah, we don't sing from our seats, we sing from our feet. So if you want to sing, stand up and be counted. Count up and be standing. Something. All right, I can hear everybody getting to their feet. I claim my power to change the world. Change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is. I claim my power to change the world. I claim my power to change the world. Change it with love. Change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is. Second verse, same as the first. Actually, third verse. Claim my power to change the world. Change it with love. Change it with love. Change it with love. I claim my power to change the world. And so it is. And so it is.
Let's hear the crowd sing. You sing, girl. Go on. Sing out, sing it.
Ooh, I like the harmony there. Keep going. The birdies ain't got nothing on y'all.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
You know the words, sing it.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Let's hear the crowd sing. You guys sing to us. Ready? Oh, prepare. Yeah. There's a big fish.
Oh,
Y'all sounding great.
Welcome everyone on this gentle, peaceful, rainy Sunday morning. This is like fresh water coming from the ocean. You can almost smell the ocean in the rain. My name is William, and it's an honor for me to be here. We are a wild soul sanctuary. Let's have our mission statement for this morning. Together like we mean it. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. And so it is. I'm going to say a quick prayer. Let's close our eyes for just a moment. Mother, Father, birther of the cosmos, precious benevolent love, sacred yin and yang, zeros and ones, it's of our free moral agency we choose to be here this morning. And collectively, let's bless this and let it be gentle and charming, and so it is. We're going to take a moment to greet our neighbors. If you'd look around, introduce yourself, perhaps sing a song. How do I get one of those?
Do you need one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put you on the list.
Thank you.
Sure.
I want to be official. Okay, let's make our way back to our seats. Make our ways back to our seats. We have a vibrant, growing community here together, and we're creating a space that's changing people's lives and reaching out to the community abroad. And we have many volunteers that help keep this going. We're going to do a volunteer acknowledgement. And there's many people behind the scenes keeping things going, and people who do janitorial and clean the toilets. And I always think there's honor in cleaning toilets. I've cleaned so many toilets in my life. It's unbelievable. And for the kitchen staff, do we have a list of volunteers? We don't? Okay, so let's give a hand for all the volunteers and just acknowledge that. We have a chair on stage which holds a place, and this is for any of those who may not be able to be here today, people and loved ones in our lives we would like to give honor to. This chair holds that place for them, and we invite you to put whoever you would like to into this chair and keep them here with us. Even if they're not here in physical time and space, they're here with our emotions, our thoughts, and our vibrant health. We have a land acknowledgement, which is for the Wasco, Warm Springs, and Klamath and Paiute Indian tribes. Central Oregon was not like a home place for the tribes. They would pass through here seasonally, and we want to acknowledge the people that were here before us. And now we have time for community celebrations. Do we have a...
I gotta start with this one. Who has birthdays in March? So my dad's
Those
turning,
people.
And my dad's turning 90 in March, so that's pretty cool. So let's all sing to everybody for their March birthdays. You ready? Happy birthday.
Oh. And I have a celebration. On Friday, I celebrated 12 years of sobriety. It's true. I was once a hellion. We got a celebration here. Life taught me a lot of things.
Is it on now? I'm celebrating that my child is still in recovery treatment after a week.
I am celebrating the concept of love them anyway. It's huge.
Hi, I am celebrating a wonderful process of losing material items and gaining freedom of not being in debt. And I can tell you I've had a lot of material items. I would much rather not be in debt. So thank you so much.
I'm celebrating the life of my grandmother, Joyce Katz Simpson, who passed away on Friday, peacefully in her sleep, and she's no longer suffering, so it's a good thing. And then I'm also suffering that, I'm celebrating that my housemate moved out and he's gone, and I have the house to myself.
Hi, I'm Steve. I haven't been here in about 10 years. And
Oh, really?
I have been crying with my heart full of joy since the moment I walked in here and heard the music and the chants. You filled me up. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm celebrating, I don't really have a name to put on it. I'm celebrating I've been having to use my cane lately to walk around the neighborhood, and I'm not very good at it. And there were 2 kids last night that helped me get the mail, and I had to bring the trash cans back, and I brought one of them back after I was ready to go out to get the other one, and they're like, "Sir, are you wanting to bring trash cans in?" I said, "Yeah, I gotta get one more." "We'll get it." And they went running out and brought it back. And I said, "Wow, thank you so much. I don't have any money to give you or anything for helping me out." And they're like, "No, it's our pleasure to help you out." I said, "We're making popcorn if you want some." "No, we don't need any." They wouldn't take anything. I just thought it was so sweet. These 2 kids, I thought, well, enjoy it now, because once they're teenagers, that all goes away. But I'm celebrating it. Celebrating it now. Celebrating it now.
We got time for 1 or 2 more.
Hi, everybody. I'm celebrating the process. I see a speech therapist for side effects for my voice, and I'm claiming that that's going to be better. And I'm celebrating my father. He turns 90 on the 5th. So.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm celebrating. We have such a wonderful community of healers here. I don't tend to advertise this, but first Saturday nights, the healers, we meet and have a potluck. It's purely social, and we just have such a great group of healers. I'm so proud of all of them, and yeah, just happy with them. Thanks.
Nico.
All right, we got a couple online. Jilly is having a nice self-care day today, taking a morning bath and enjoying from online. Go Jilly. And my parents are celebrating being in Lake Tahoe with my grandma. Grateful to be with her in the beautiful place that it is.
Okay, one more. One more right over here, and we'll call it.
I just want to celebrate, as you've all heard, Mardi Gras is canceled. What I want to celebrate is the team that is putting it together and working really hard, and the courage that we all stepped into reshift is a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to celebrate everybody.
Amen. Thank you. And for further announcements, we have our weekly events that happen each week that are the backbone of our community. We have the blessing of the children. That's exactly what we have. Let's bring those kids up. Anyone?
I'm a number one. I have a bigger announcement. That I'm back.
Yay!
I just want to say, missed all of your guys' faces and some new ones too as well. For those who don't know me, I help run the youth program. I get to hang out with these kids pretty much every Sunday, and Tiff has been covering for me as my partner for the month and a half that I've been gone. So I'm excited to be back. That's kind of my celebration, I guess. Another note, I am looking for someone to help me out on March 16th and 30th. So when service is over, check your calendars and maybe come find me, and you get to hang out with us and the kids on those 2 Sundays. So, do we have time? No, no time. Okay, sorry, Flo, no time. Next week, let's bless these kids.
We see the divine light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. Yay! So now our weekly events, which is Sunday evening sound bath, which is tonight at 6. Yoga with Sherman, Tuesdays at 9:30. Men's group, Monday at 6 p.m. And the deep dive gathering, Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then we have Sanya to come up and talk to us about the Mardi Gras auction fundraiser.
Okay. Now can you hear me? Oh. Okay, so if you have not heard by email, text, Esther, and all the many ways that we communicate in this community, we have postponed this silent auction fundraising event. And I am very proud of this team for kind of stepping up and saying, hey, we're just not ready. And I know there's probably a lot of questions as to why, but we're going to move on from that. Okay, we're just going to let that go. But, if you have any questions that you need answers to, please feel free to come and ask. That's not a problem for us to explain. We really want to bring something to the community that's actually going to, lift up this community, because that's what is really important here. We really want so much for unity here, and we're trying to create so much here that it's like, wow, how do we do this in like this amount of time? So We're working to create something that will really wow you, okay, and really be worth it. You know, so we have 3 more things coming up at the end of this year, which we're really starting to plan for now. And if, you know, Prosperity and Growth team really does need more people to be involved because it's a giant effort. So if you want to be a part of Prosperity and Growth team and you really think that you can contribute something to it, you know, please bring your gifts, you know, because you are all so talented. It is one of the gifts that I have gotten to see throughout this community, being here for the last year. You know, being kind of a person that sat back and like really appreciates what everybody brings to this community. I just cannot believe the giant amount of talent in this room and online. You know, it really really captures me a lot. You know, being part of, you know, the women's drumming circle and being part of the healers, being part of Prosperity and Growth and being, you know, a part of Earth Care and just really getting into all this and seeing your beautiful prayers. You know, I know people in the community that you guys are praying for. And I get to now be a part of that also and pray for them. And I really thank you for these opportunities to be a part of that growth. So if you want your $10 back, please see Eric. Thank you. He will write a check for you. He's a great check writer. Yeah, really great check writer. Okay, so thank you.
There's no shortage of grace here right now. We have our special events coming this week. We have a group walk at Riley Ranch at Saturday at 10 a.m. And then we have something that I feel is really important. It's the community grief ceremony, Thursday through Saturday. Unity members will receive a discount. Details are online. Community grief ceremony is a safe way to learn how to lean into grieving within and among community. Communal grieving offers something that we cannot get when we grieve by ourselves. It is such a big part of our lives and will be. Just as much as joy and love and friendship, grief is a part of our human experience, and it's a beautiful opportunity for us to process that together. Pete Kartsounis album release concert, Friday, March 14th. Are you going to be there? And we have a Unity Teachings and Membership Information class, Saturday, March 15th, for anyone interested in becoming a member and those wanting to learn more about Unity history and teachings. We have a busy community with a lot of wholesome and wonderful things coming in. We can always check on the website and the calendar to see upcoming events, and we got it going on here. Now we have the song, so we'll invite Soulshine to come on up. Oh. Okay. It's an honor.
So I asked Nate, you know, what's the talk about? And he said it's going to be based around love. And I was like, well, my last album's called Songs in the Key of Love. So I said, well, go ahead and listen to that album. Maybe something will strike a chord, no pun intended. So he let me know a couple songs that were fitting. So I'm playing his set list here. And this is a song that's on that Songs in the Key of Love. My album that comes out tomorrow night at midnight is part 2 of a series of just no bells and whistles, just a voice, a guitar, and songs and some harmonica. The first album I put out during COVID seems to be one that a lot of folks like a lot because it doesn't have all the production on it, and it's more intimate. So I put one out, started recording in January. It comes out tomorrow night, and I really hope that all of you will join me to celebrate another art creation of mine. I'm already working on the next one for May. I write a lot. I love sharing, and I'm so deeply honored to be here again. I think it's my third time. So big love to everyone. Here's a song that is called Alone and Living. And I love the way you play on this, Dave. Let's try this. I'm alone and happy by myself. I'm alone and I'm happy, I don't need nobody else. But I wish I had you for just one night, to tuck me in and to hold me tight. I'd sing you a song, your favorite kind. Open a bottle of burgundy wine, and I'd light up a candle upon my shelf and tell you a story about myself. I'm alone and I'm busy with what I do. I'm alone and I'm busy, though I wish you knew. If I had you with me for just one day, I'd show you around, probably ask you to stay as long as you can, as long as you could, as long as you felt it was right. Then you should just give it a try. Fly skies so blue over to me, and I'll show you what I'll do. I'm alone and I'm crazy for what I think. I'm alone and I'm crazy. Someone pour me a drink to forget today, where you're not around. You're way over there in another town. I can hear what you're saying, I can see what you mean, but I only can have you right now in my dreams. So I close my eyes, I don't even blink, and I hope I find you to tell you what I think. Oh, I'm alone and I'm wondering how you are. I'm alone and I'm wondering if you're in your car with a song on the station that reminds you of me. If it's one we danced to that night you were free, where I held your hand, yes, and you held mine, and we sang with those birds at the end of that night, and we went to sleep, yeah, without those stars. That's the last I saw you, wondering how you are.
how I can. I'm alone and I'm living and you're with another man that you say you don't want, you say you don't need. So why don't you tell him you're going to leave? Goodbye to those troubles, goodbye to those tears, hello to those things that you haven't had in years. I'll be your friend, I'll be your man, I'll wait for you. Oh, 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 I'll wait for you. As long as I can, I can.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A lot to be grateful for. I didn't say my thanks, but my thanks was for just a new creation. And for William saying my last name right was really awesome. So thanks for practicing that up. And also, I have some CDs over by those chairs, and I just take donations for them. So if you're interested after the service, please come and say hi to me. I've got the new one, and I've got the one with that song on it. Much love. Thank you.
Beautiful, you guys. Thank you. Well, I get the honor to introduce our speaker today. He's a big part of this community. He's a deeply compassionate and empathetic man. He's a deep spiritual thinker, and he's a heady cat. Here's Nate Hitchcock.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm going to clear the stage out if you guys don't mind. So I can pace. That's exactly right, so I can pace. I'm going to leave it at that. That's enough room for me to pace around. You guys want to hear a love story today? Yeah? I'm a big fan of love stories. I'm a hopeless romantic, I'm going to confess. Thoroughly obsessed with movies, books, television shows that revolve around the subject of love. It's the running joke at our house is that, what are we going to watch for the movie tonight? What's tonight's movie going to be? And there's two of us, my wife and I, get to make this choice, and I'm always over here in the rom-com, in the romance section. She's over here in the action and the go get 'em, the occasional bank heist, that sort of thing. And so we love them when they're coming down the middle, right? Your Ocean's 11, yeah, a love story and a bank heist at the same time. The good guys win, the bad guys lose, that sort of thing. But I can't get enough of stories about love, and I've come to understand it's because I'm constantly searching for it in one way or another in my life. And looking back, I can see that it's been there since the beginning. I was considering getting real with you guys today, but I changed my mind. Because it's too hard. There's some subject matters that are supposed to be discussed today that Spirit has asked me to bring forth, but instead I'm going to tell you about a friend of mine who's lived a very similar life. This friend, Okay. This friend was born into a loving family, but despite that, despite loving parents who were there for him, never felt good enough. There were certain influences in his life, perhaps influences in his past lives, that have him constantly second-guessing his worth and his value in the world, his lovability in particular. Compounded with some events that went on in life that sort of reinforced that sense. An older sibling who, quite frankly, for most of his youth, expressed that she would rather he not be there, that he was a problem. Parents who weren't trained well to love, to express love unconditionally, that were dealing with their own challenges in life. Their own parents who were also not trained well on how to express love unconditionally and take care of him in an unconditional way. And so we come out of the womb here, right, in life. We're birthed, and from this loving environment of the womb, and we're into this womb, and if the TV's right, the doctor smacks you on the ass, and you cry, and then they spend the rest of your life telling you to be quiet. Right? This boy had a similar experience. Felt called to hide in the corners in the darkness. But yet, always looking around, longing for that. And here at Unity, we explore a different possibility, that maybe it's not this mother-child separation that we're constantly fighting against for the rest of our lives. Perhaps it's the separation from our source. If you buy into the concept that we all are in heaven prior to coming and incarnating on this physical plane, and that we take a blue pill and forget about that oneness that we come from, and we come into this plane where a doctor's smacking us on our ass and our parents and society's telling us to be quiet from that point on, and that you're a born sinner, perhaps, if you were raised in that world. And so we have this separation from all that is, from God, him or herself, from spirit. Unity says perhaps that's what we're going after. Perhaps that's what this relentless pursuit is about, that we're constantly fighting for. Anybody else feel like, since they can remember, that they've been constantly looking for someone, for something? Anybody get that? Yeah? And so this friend of mine, he's conditioned in the same world as all of us. The movies, the television shows, where you have a man and a woman, and they come together, and perhaps they come apart. If it's a good television show or a movie, there's something that they come together, right? Notting Hill, I'm going to confess to you. One of my favorite movies of all time. Let me just go ahead and hand my man card out. You have to go ahead and get rid of that right now, with that confession having been made to the entirety of the universe. If you're not familiar with the movie, anybody not familiar with Notting Hill? Hugh Grant? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her, is one of the epic lines from that movie, right? And when you're hip deep in the material world and identified with this body, with your existence, this movie really hits in there, right? You have a shy, fairly incompetent, pretty good-looking guy in Hugh Grant who meets a movie star in Julia Roberts. She's a knockout, gorgeous 10 movie star, millionaire, famous as all get out, the most famous actress in the whole world, basically playing herself in the movie for all practical purposes. And they have a chance meeting. And there are the sparks, and these two play that perfectly, right? They play it perfectly. And yet stuff pushes them back apart, and they go through this phase alone. Can anybody relate to Pete's song? I'm alone. And it's fucking painful. And I need something. I need someone. Anybody go to the someone? Anybody at any time in their life been alone and longing for someone to make it all better? Only half of you. Yeah, come on. Let's be brave. Yes. We've all been there. Is there anyone, let's just do the other question. Is there anyone who's never experienced that? They're not here today, right? That's a different church. We go through life on a relentless pursuit of this love that we've either lost from our parent, our mother in the womb, or perhaps we've lost from our connection with God as we come down here and take on this amnesia about who we really are, willfully forget that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And so this boy, this friend of mine, he's growing up. He has certain experiences in his life that sort of reinforce that perhaps he's not good enough, that perhaps he's not loved. His childhood best friend, when they hit high school, discovers girls, discovers a girlfriend, and the friendship. And so we have this boy who's back to being alone, looking around. He discovers one way he can get love is fantastic grades. Let's get some good grades. And he gets all sorts of accolades. And grandma's like, I'm so proud of you, and takes him to church and says, I want you to meet my grandson. He's just the most fantastic grandson in the world. He does all these things, these physical things, these things he does. And this boy learns that, or gains the idea that if he does well, if he does the right things, that the love will come. And so he sets about creating this person, this persona, who goes out and gets good grades and says the right things and plays the right instruments very well on stage, who does the chores, who cleans windows to perfection, not a single spot on them. Mom, look what I did. Look how clean this window is. Son, that window is so clean. I'm so proud of you. I love you. And then later in high school, this boy meets a girl. Odd chance. Studying for a calculus exam. Sharing a love of photography. And they fall in love. And he goes home and says, Mom, Dad, I met this girl. And she likes me for me. She likes me for me. And I like her for her. Not for what she can do. Not for what I can do. And they have a torrid love affair for several years, as only young people can do. But after college, things shift again. 7 years, this relationship. And one day, she decides she doesn't love him anymore. She says, I don't love you anymore. I can't be with you anymore. And I'm moving on. And oh, by the way, there's someone else who's better than you. And what does he hear? You're not lovable. You're not good enough. And so he sets out and he doubles down on this. God damn it, he didn't get it right. I didn't get it right. I'm not wearing the right clothes. I don't drive the right car. I'm a year out of college and I don't have the right career. If I had all these things, she'd love me still. We'd be together and this pain wouldn't be here. I would not be alone. Anybody can relate to this? Yeah. And so he doubles down on this goal to create the perfect person out of himself. To find the right girl, to find the right career, to drive the right car, and sure as shit, he nails it. Several months later, he goes to a party that his friends drag him to. And one of those friends he doesn't know very well, friend of a friend. And this guy growing up watched the I Dream of Jeannie show, right? On replay, what do we call that? On reruns? Remember, anybody, you guys, everybody here is old enough to remember reruns. Maybe a couple of you don't know what a rerun is. Syndication. Because he's alone, he watches a lot of TV, and he sees I Dream of Jeannie up there, and man, whew, anybody have the hots for I Dream of Jeannie? This guy did. And this is a Halloween party that he gets dragged to. And this girl he doesn't know very well, what costume is she wearing? And she is a 10. She is a 10. 10 plus. In an I Dream of Jeannie costume. And he is smitten. After a while, she realizes she's smitten with him too. And they go on to create one hell of a life. Start companies, make tons of money, have tons of friends, get on softball teams and volleyball teams and basketball teams, hit home runs, crowd cheering, rah, rah, we love you. You guys are great. Beautiful daughter. The cars they always dreamed of in the driveway, 5-bedroom house with a pool. Life is good because he figured it out. He became good enough at what he did to earn that love. He acquired it through sheer will and effort. One day they figure out, you know what, this isn't working for us anymore. We need to make a change. And so they moved to this crazy town up in the mountains of Oregon. Not like this one. Beautiful people who were expressing love in grocery store lines, something they never experienced before. A conversation with the person with you in line at the grocery store, they were in California. This shit doesn't happen. No, get the fuck out of my way. I got things to do, is the policy in California. We don't have time for you to have a conversation with that clerk right now, because I got to get on. And here in this crazy town up in Oregon, they're having these conversations. And he's starting to experience this crazy thing called love again. From a community who's integrated with each other. And say, we got to get rid of this California company. This is ridiculous. It's keeping us from having this great experience of love and appreciation and companionship up here in this mountain town. So they find a buyer for the company. And they sell it. And it closes escrow on December 22nd. Just before Christmas. What a Christmas gift. A shit ton of money in the bank. And no more job for the time being. But what happens to this guy? 3 days later, it's Christmas Eve. And this guy is suicidally depressed. Takes his keys to the car, takes his wallet out of his pocket, puts it on the nightstand, takes his phone out of the pocket, puts it on the nightstand, writes a suicide note in his journal. Gets in the car, no identification with him whatsoever. Says goodbye to his family. Not I'll see you later. It's Christmas Eve. It's a little weird to be doing this, yes. And says, I gotta go. I love you. Goodbye. And drives off to have a conversation with a river. Thankfully, the connection he has with this woman is so strong. Despite the fact that he has no ability to be traced or tracked down, she tracks him down and pulls him back from the ledge. Says, "Fuck you for doing this to me and your daughter." And he comes back home. But the pain is not gone. Why is he in so much pain? Everything he'd worked for had been laid out in front of him, and yet it's still fucking there. That longing, that relentless pursuit is still there, even though everything he thought would fix it was present. It's not. And then he gets rid of the one thing that he understands, and that's working, that's doing, that's achieving, and he sells it. And when it's gone, he doesn't know where the hell he is. He has no purpose. He has no value. Why would my family want me? Why would my family want me? They don't need me anymore. The money's in the bank. I'm just a pain in the ass. Heard about it in couples therapy? Not good enough. He has no grip on who he is because everything he ever thought he was, he sold. And if you don't get it, the person we're talking about in the story is me. I had no understanding of who I was beyond what I could do to make money, beyond the car that I drove, beyond the house that I owned, beyond how beautiful the wife was, and beyond how great the daughter was. I had no concept of that. None whatsoever. And it took years to figure out that wasn't who I was. It took years of going through this. In the middle of this, I was given a reprieve from this pain, from a force beyond what I can understand. In some sects, they call it a satori. It was a really rough night, a dark night of the soul. And I'm studying Ho'oponopono. I just read a book on it. I'm not sleeping. I've got no job, so I don't have to be up the next day. So I'm up watching TV. I'm studying Ho'oponopono. It's like I was just called to do some yoga. Laying in bed, not sleeping, I'm called to do some yoga. And it's like, instead of going to watch TV, I get out roll out the yoga mat, I'm buck naked in our living room, doing yoga, reciting Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Seconds into this yoga routine, I'm weeping. I don't know why. I'm weeping. Literally weeping. The next morning, I wake up with the most unbelievable sense of love for myself and for everything in the world. Never felt it before in my life, this indescribable connection with a pile of dog shit in the front yard, to the people walking by, to everything that ever happened, everything that will happen, everything that hasn't happened, just an indescribable appreciation for it. And this lasted for 2 3/4 weeks. It was absolute bliss, absolute utter bliss, because I recognized myself as divinity for this time. And I remember the exact moment that it came to an end. And it was excruciating to come back into this world where everything and everyone around you is telling you that you are judged based on how much you make, how well you sing, how beautiful your spouse is, how big your house is, how cool your car is. Right? You guys get this? You understand you're living in a society that tells you you're better when you have these things? The great Sylvia Hayes describes it perfectly. We live in a corporatocracy. I can't even say it. Not a democracy. This country is now run by the corporations for the corporations. Yes? And what do corporations want to do? They want to make money, right? How do they make more money? They're selling you shit. How do they sell you shit? By telling you you're not good enough until you have their shit. Yeah? Life is better when you drive a Mercedes. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Yes? You guys understand we live in this society. Anybody not get that? It's really, 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 really important that you come to terms with that you are constantly being bombarded with messages that tell you you are not good enough because you have not purchased this thing, because your retirement fund has not been funded properly enough. You need to follow that damn yellow line in the road to your perfect life at the end of the rainbow that's got this giant retirement account. You guys seen this commercial? Breaking from that is a critical step in learning to recognize that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and that is all bullshit. It does not define you. It does not make you a good person or a bad person when you don't have it. That you are lovable to your core. Whether you are a billionaire or you are homeless and sleeping on the street corner, you are lovable to your core. Shortly after this experience, this loving night of the soul, we got to experience not having a home. We made a conscious decision, quasi-conscious, half-conscious decision, half-forced by circumstances, to jump in our camper, our travel trailer for the summer, and not have a house. And we got to experience society going, what the fuck? You can't do that, son. That's not allowed. The second you try and register for something and you don't have an address, ooh. This was very eye-opening to me. Like right now, we're in the process, we're at an apartment building, and God bless the universe, they have blessed us with a new home to move into in May. But my birthday's in 2 days, and in 2 days, my license expires. My driver's license expires. I have to register and get a new one. They will not let me register that until I have a physical address. We want your place of residence, they say, and we will not give you a driver's license if you can't provide us a proof of residency somewhere. We will not give this to you. We will not give you this privilege. This society we live in says you are defined based on the quality of your home, and if you don't have one, you are shit. Fascinating summer being a vagabond and having the whole world look down on you like out of the corner of their eye. I don't know if you're such a good person. I think I'm going to remove my love for you. I think I'm going to remove my approval for you. Fascinating experience. If you ever have the opportunity to try it, I encourage you to do it. You will learn a lot about the society that we live in and the pressures it puts on us to be things that we perhaps don't want to be. On this journey, I've learned that we are wildly supported by entities, by beings, by spirit that we can't even comprehend. We are wildly supported. And I've also learned that the closer you can get to knowing yourself as a spiritual being, the more likely you are to recognize that wild support. and stop fighting against it. Yesterday, I'm out for a run on Pilot Butte with roughly 3/4 of the town of Bend. Enjoying our first fall spring. No, it's our second fall spring. Yes, you know, in Bend, we get fall springs before the winter comes back. Was yesterday gorgeous or what? Yeah. So I'm out for a trail run on Pilot Butte, and I'm listening to Autobiography of a Yogi. You guys know I'm a fan. I think this is the third pass through it. But my phone keeps turning off. It's weird. Like the audio feed just turns off. I pull it out, I unlock it, and it just starts playing again. Put it back. I'm trying to listen to some spiritual shit here, God. What the hell? I'm trying to be wholesome and pure. The anger flowing up. It does this like 8 times, right? It just, after a few minutes of listening to this, it just stops. Fuck it, I give it up. I give up. Fine, I'm running in silence, God. Okay, I give in. There must be a reason here. And I discovered that yesterday evening as I'm out walking the dogs. I pull out the phone and I put on Autobiography of a Yogi again. And sure as shit, I get just the message I need for this talk today in this section that I was not in a position to hear while I was out running because my mind was running all over the place. I wasn't really absorbing it. It was just noise in my ears. I'm alone, and I need the noise to make it not hurt so much, to make it go away. It's just there. But when I'm on the dog walk, the stars are shining. I'm by myself. Nobody's out. You hear it. You can really dig into these spiritual books. And if the passage comes up where he's talking to his guru, Yogananda is, and they're talking about education and the learned. And his guru goes, what good is learning all these other people's stories and learning all those words and just so you can regurgitate their words? You guys know anybody who thinks they're super rad because they can spout other people's poems, sing other people's songs like that, spout other people's wisdom, maybe recite a little Einstein? You guys all have one of those people in your lives? Yeah. What good is all that if you're not living your own life? If you're not telling your own story? You're telling other people's stories. You're trying to be someone else. This is what's in that book for me last night. I've been, for the last 48 hours, racked with trying to find the right quotes to read up here for you guys, from Rumi about love, right? From Wayne Dyer, digging into his book called Divine Love, trying to find these great quotes to recite up here for you. He's like, no, you need to tell your own story. You need to tell your own story. And the phone broke to keep me from missing that and hearing it at the right time. You will find, as you work daily, and it is a daily thing. In fact, it's a minute-by-minute thing to stay close to God. Stay close to Spirit. You will find that you are wickedly loved. Every moment of every day, you are supported in ways you cannot even fathom. I'm going to wrap this up with a funny-ass story about this happening in our lives in a transition phase when we're trying to move up here from California, but we keep going back down to California, looking for that joy that we experienced at the time in our life, going back to a state that's not there anymore. The state of California, as I fell in love and knew it, is not there anymore. It doesn't exist. When I fell in love with California, it had 20 million people in it. Now it's got 40. It's a little different town, a little bit different state now. It doesn't serve our needs anymore, and yet we keep going back. And this particular occasion, this beautiful woman who I'm so grateful to be married to, my Jeannie, she's a badass in a lot of ways. And one of the ways that she's a badass is physical. It's a fascinating understanding I had to come to not quite a decade ago, perhaps, that she is stronger than I am, physically speaking. I had a suspicion about this, and I said, honey, will you pin me down to the bed, please? Not in that way, okay? That might have happened later, but will you just pin me down? I want to see if I can overpower you, or if I can get away. If you tried to force me to be immobile, could I get out of that? Sure as shit, I could not. Yeah? So, she registers for this crazy ass event like Jim Pasmore likes to go do, the Beasts, the Mud Runs, Spartan, is that what it was? It's Spartan. Rrr. She's a badass. She registers for this Spartan with some of her friends, her crazies, as she likes to call them, from California. Great group of girls who love her for exactly who she is right here. Not for what she can do for them, not for how much money she makes or what color her hair is or how she looks or what gifts she gives. They love her for her. And she's going to do this event down there, the Spartan in, what the hell town was it? Modesto. Anybody have a displeasure? I'm sorry if you're from Modesto. Whew. Yeah, there's some people here who know Modesto. Central Valley of California if you're not from there. Registers for this event to go run it and be a badass with her crazies. Most of whom are not badasses and are just hilariously stumbling around the course with her as she's badassing herself around. And so we go to book the hotel. Like, I'm going to go with her. Hell yeah, I'm going back to California. I love it. Let's do this. Spend some time there. And I go to book the hotel. I'm on hotels.com. It's the app I was using a bunch at the time. And I go, okay, that one looks great. You know, do a digging, let the mind figure out what's the best hotel. Let's wait, pros and cons of each. Book the hotel. That's a perfect one. Book. The app crashes. Well, that's weird. I use hotels.com a lot. I was commuting back to California to run this company, and so I use hotels.com constantly. This has never happened. That's weird. Reboot the app, go back and find the hotel, book. App crashes again. At this point, I'm starting to get pissed, right? Fucking phone, what the fuck? Stupid tech guys, can't get their shit right. Boot the app back up, go to the hotel site. Book. What happens? App crashes. What the fuck? This is ridiculous. God damn it. Fuck you, God. How dare you do this, man? Right? Anybody been there? Anybody not been there? Right? Fine. Going for a walk. I go walk and come back. Next morning. All right, Bone, you and I are doing this, right? This is the fourth time. Book. Your booking is confirmed. About freaking time. Now you get it. Some coder must have finally pulled his head out of his ass and fixed the damn thing. The day comes. We drive down to California. It's the wrong goddamn weekend. It's the following weekend is the event. And we've been smoking too much goddamn grass from Central Oregon. I'm telling you, the pot here is way different than the pot in California. And we're like, woo, book this wrong weekend. Booking the wrong weekend. God was like, hello. I gave you 3 warning signs. I tried. You cursed me out. Fine, here you go. Have a nice Modesto hotel for a weekend for no reason. Enjoy your stay. There's an old parable of a man who was drowning at sea. He's out there, he gets pulled out in a riptide, and he's drowning at sea. And he's like, God, please save me. Come on, please save me. And so a lifeguard comes out on his surfboard. Go, come on. No. God's got this. He's going to save me. I prayed to him. He's got this. He's going to save me. I don't need your help. Okay, have at it, dude. And so the surfboard lifeguard goes, and then out comes the jet skier guy, right? Dude, come on, you're caught in a riptide. You're going to drown. Come aboard. No. God's going to save me. God will save me. I got this. Jet skier goes off. Then the helicopter's, grab the line, sir. Dropping the thing. No, I'm good. God's going to save me. Helicopter goes on, your funeral, dude. And he drowns, and he dies. And he's in heaven going, what the fuck, God? Dude, I sent you 3 lifeguards on 3 different pieces of equipment, and you weren't listening. This is what we're doing, right? We are wildly and wickedly supported from a place that we can't understand. We're so wrapped up in this society that tells us we got to earn the dollars and drive the car and have the right house. There's an underlying love for you from beyond. You just have to open your ears. You have to open your eyes. And you have to see him differently. You have to see with this eye right here. You have to see with this eye right here. It's way different than these. And it's way different than your wallet. Most important decision I ever made in my life was to start making decisions without concern for what my wallet had to say about it. Super hard. And it turns out we're not alone. Even if there's no money in the wallet, we are not alone. As Pete so beautifully sang today, we are not alone. I knew I had to tell you this story. I was trying to find a way to not share this with you today. But Pete comes to me and I said, Pete, how you doing? He said, man, I'm good, but I'm still struggling a little bit. I'm sorry, Pete, I hope it's okay that I share this. You know, my fiance broke up with me 8 months ago, and like that. Haven't seen her since. It's been terrible. And he goes on to tell a story of a burning ceremony he's having with some of her pictures in Maui. And he meets a guru, a guy who'd been meditating in the ashram for 36 years to give him some wisdom. God said, you are loved, and here, let me support you. Let me support you. You are all supported. How do you know this? Because this place exists, and you're here today. We are here to celebrate unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness for ourselves. It's the most important thing you can do. I assure you, you cannot be loved by another, and you cannot love another until you love yourself first. And you're not going to love yourself first until you understand how loved you are by the divine, that you are a part of that divine, and you will be there when you die. You don't get to take any of this with you. You really don't. This is really all that matters. Thank you, everyone, for having me up here today.
That was good.
First and foremost, Nate. For those of you too young, that's from I Dream of Jeannie. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes. And we are going to have the sensation of knowing our bodies right now in our chairs. We're going to feel our bodies on the chair. We're going to feel our feet on this Pachamama earth. Such gratitude. Such gratitude. And during this meditation, we're going to go on a journey. And what I'd like you to do is think of a beautiful place in nature. And when you start this meditation, I want you to be at some kind of portal, some kind of entrance to this place in nature. And everything, wherever you're standing, everything behind you is behind you. Any beliefs that you're not good enough, beautiful enough, smart enough, talented enough, skinny enough, fat enough, rich enough, poor enough, whatever the enoughs were. That's all behind you. All of those messages are behind you. And as you go on this journey into this beautiful place, those no longer exist. You are in a relentless pursuit of loving yourself. So as you go on this journey, I want you to reflect on the magnificence that you are. And the evidence of that is everyone in this room that you're sitting with. If you think they're magnificent, hey, so are you. All of the enoughs are enough. So as you deepen this understanding of self-love, I'm going to sing you into this presence. And as the notes come forth, I want you to imagine and know that there's a frequency that you have within you that I will be helping you to let it emanate out into the world. So your assignment right now is to be still and emanate your essence and frequency so that love permeates every single corner of this world. No corner is ignored. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, As you feel the presence of love within you, every single time that not enoughness shows up, send it a frequency of love. Every single one of us have that ability. As you come back into your body and into your seat and into the presence of love within you and in this room, bring this forth from this day forward as you come back to the entrance of this beautiful place in nature. You are refreshed and renewed, and you are walking love. No more pursuit of love. You are it. Welcome home.
It's all building blocks and stepping stones. It's a long and winding road where it goes fast and it can go so slow. There's always time and space to grow. It's all planting seeds and growing dreams, picking weeds and sowing seams and putting out the flames we find and holding on to the hands of time. It's bridges that we all must cross. We count the blessings, not the loss. And it all starts with loving ourselves. And it's all about the letting go. The rest will come before you know, and show a little empathy. It's the difference between you and me. Share the gifts that you claim. Use the fire, the wind and rain, and lend a hand to those in need. And live a little selflessly. It's bridges that we all must cross. We count the blessings, not the loss. And it all starts with loving ourselves. Take the time to get to know yourself. It's fine to be on your own, 'cause there's no such thing as lonesome when you fall in love with who you are, so you can start to share your heart. It's all safety locks and training wheels, making love and breaking deals. It takes you up, it tears you down, it makes you smile, it can make you frown. But it's part of being who we are. We live and learn, we heal and scar, to remind ourselves along the way to make the best of every day. It's bridges that we all must cross. We count the blessings, not the loss. And it all starts with loving ourselves. Ourselves. Ooh, ourselves. Thanks for letting me share a couple of my songs. That one was given to me by Mama Kauai to give to you. And big love to you. Thanks. Thanks for that beautiful talk.
We need to postpone that because it didn't happen the way we thought it was. But this is our opportunity, which is a golden opportunity, to welcome anyone who's new. If anyone would like to raise their hands and introduce themselves as being new members? Okay.
Oh my goodness. So this is our time for prayer. And as you know, or not know, in Unity we do not beseech or beg. We claim. And I love this. Prayer is affirmative, creative thinking that heightens the connection with spirit, mind, and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, prosperity, and everything good. I affirm that right now. I call upon the seed of prayer to pray that we know our divinity. We know our beauty. We walk in beauty. We walk in prayer. We are the embodiment of the divinity that we call forth. So it's a cycle. It's a cycle. We call forth the divinity and we own the divinity. We are the divinity. It's always there for us. As we claim this, we send it forth to this fractured world. There's lots of things that are fractured out there, but we have the glue. We are the glue. Love is the ultimate glue. We pray this in right now. We know this to be true. Send forth that loving glue to every broken part of this universe. We send this forth right now. Be the prayer, walk the prayer, breathe the prayer, know the prayer. You are the prayer, and so it is.
Let's take a minute and have you fill out the prayer claims. You can scan that code. Our prayer claims will be answered this week by one of our prayer members. You'll see a lot of them wearing those white stoles like Donna is. And there's green forms that you could use in front of you on the back of the chair. So take a few minutes, put your prayer claims down, and you'll get an answer. If you want it, if not, we'll just put it out there and pray over them as a community. Join us in the prayer song, please.
Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know. Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know I
So now this is the part of the movie where we welcome new visitors. If anyone is visiting today and would like to introduce yourself, we encourage you to do that. We also have blue cards on in front of you, on the seat in front of you, you can fill out, and then we can keep you abreast of the community's activities. And now we have the offering.
Call the people forward.
Yeah, the basket carrier.
The greeters can come forward.
You know, I haven't done this in a long time, and right now I'm feeling like I have not done this in a long time.
We love you. We love you. No worries.
You're very kind.
You need a little hang on timeout?
Hang on, time out.
I'm just playing, buddy.
And so this is our opportunity to support the community with our funds, with the currency that flows through us, with the wealth that is ever present. And you can text these gifts with the number on the screen. We can also do the QR code and also with good old-fashioned hard cash in the baskets. And we have our mantra.
Song first.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. Mucho grazie. I just want to say thank you.
Grazie.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Thank you for it all. I got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. Gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby.
I just want to say thank you.
Muchas gracias.
I just want to say thank you.
Merci beaucoup. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
That's my favorite song. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Yay. We have our prayer of intention.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the directive.
Okay. Holy light shines within us. A presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here, joy, to bless the world with my loving light. And so it is.
So it is.
It's for real. Have a great week. I'm going to sneak out the back door.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. Have a great week. Hey, I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Good job.